Good morning, I'm Lynn, and welcome to another day at Ewetopia Farms. We're starting off in the main barn, and all the lambs are up. As we open the door, we see that everybody is up. We got these two up. Hi, you're looking sparky today. Tom is up, watching them all. Now he's got company here at the front of the barn, which he really likes. And hi! You guys are looking spunky too. Really spunky. And they got yellow bums, so they're getting lots of milk. Looks like she's got a bit of placenta still hanging off her. Hopefully that's just a little straggly piece. It looks like it is. But everybody looks really lively today, so we'll just give them their clean, fresh water right now. She's much happier with a group around her. You're watching, aren't you, sweetheart? Hi. Hi. Yeah, what do you think? Pretty exciting, isn't it? Yeah, you're very nice. Hi. Hi. It's spooky, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, buddies. You guys are big guys. You're really big guys. Yeah, and you got a little hop in your step. Nice lammies. Oh, and you hear me too? Yeah, you can hear me. We got this one's hopping around, one's nursing, and same in the next pen. We got one of the little ones nursing. Hi, was that yummy? Yes, it was. And now this one over here, her lambs are double nursing. Oh, now she's gonna move. I was just cleaning out this Dorset pen, and Angel came up to see us. Hi, Angel. She's gonna have a baby soon. She's quite pregnant. Oh, baby. Last year she had one of our best ram lambs, so she's got a challenge to beat that one this year. Yeah, you do. It's a challenge. Oh, but you're a bit uncomfortable, aren't you? Pregnancy's not all it's cracked up to be. No, it's not. But you're nice. Yeah, you're a really nice girl. It's tough being pregnant. We got quite a few friendlies in this group. She's up here having a drink. We got people chewing their cud. Hi, you here for a drink too, or are you just walking around? This is the group I thought would lamb first, because this is where all the big udders are, right, Angel? Yes, there's a lot of big udders in this group. But last night it was quiet. No one else lambed. It's always a slow start. But once it picks up, it goes like crazy. Hi, you're friendly too. I can see that. You're a first timer. Yeah, you are. Angel. Looks like he's bringing hay in for you. Mistaken, it's actually hay, but going down his bedding that's going in here now. This is the pregnant Dorset group. These are concrete floors in here, and we just cleaned them out, so they're not, the urine and stuff pools a lot easier in here right now. So we're just building up a bedding pack, which will be more absorbent for them. Plus we want the lambs dropping into really clean straw. of these on this side were bred to Hamish, and the ones on Angel's side were bred to Sheriff. I double checked the birth dates on that ewe that just had the triplets the other day, and I read it wrong. She had her lambs in January and in December. I said May because it was January 5th, so I kind of mixed the 5 and the 1 up on the reader, so. It doesn't seem like it's already that time, but it's time to get these little lambs in the first pen tagged and ready to go. So I've tagged the first one and we're going to do the second one together. So what we're going to do is a radio tag goes in one ear. This is mandatory in Canada for tracking and traceability. In case anything ever goes wrong with this lamb and there's diseases, they can trace it back to the farm of origin. So the packages say to put it in the front of the ear. So they tell you to put it up here. But what we found is not so much with Dorsets because their ears are sticking up a little bit, but with Suffolks, if it was in the front and their ears were flopping up and down, that oftentimes the tag could hit the corner of their eye and irritate their eye. So, and we also found that tagging in the front, they got tangled in gates and stuff like that more often. So we tag at the back of the ear. And it's just like getting your ears pierced. You're gonna feel for the little veins in the ear. I don't know if you can see it on her. I know, sweetheart. But there's little veins and stuff. So you wanna put the clamp right between those, and it's quick, and like I say, it's just like getting your ears pierced because that's exactly what it is. Hold still. One in, good girl. And then we have a farm tag. These farm tags have small numbers on them. The radio tags have a really long number, and sometimes I'm not walking around with my reader, but I want to know who the lamb is, so these farm tags, I can quickly read the tag and it links up to the radio tag, so I can find out information on the tag a lot easier. So that goes on the next ear. And she has both now. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, you do. This year we're doing again white for girls and blue will be the boys. Oh, sweetie. Next we give her, actually, you get a little mixed up when you're doing it on camera because you're paying attention to talking. But next I get the reader. I scan that tag. And then it's asking me to lock that little farm tag into her radio tag. So she's $4.93. She's a ewe lamb and a registered Dorset. And we just say save and add. And whoop, it was save and escape actually. So she had twin lambs, they're in there, and I can turn that off. Next we give them a little sub-Q shot of selenium E. That's because we are deficient in that mineral in Canada, and most places seem to be. So we give her that subcutaneously in the neck. I know. So that went in, so she's covered for that. She also, her mom would have gotten her Glanvac 6 shot before lambing, so she's gonna have coverage for your basic lamb diseases as well until she's about 3 months old, at which point we'll have to vaccinate them as well. Oh, you're just a nice lammy. Then we give them a little bit of Baycox. This is for coccidiosis. It's just a little drench that they swallow. Is it yucky? Yeah, it's probably yucky, but you did a good job. And last but not least, we're going to turn her around and dock her tail. We use a little elastic band. We put it on the tail. Let's see if I can get it lower here. So usually it's, you see we do our tails longer than some people. So you can see where there's pink skin there, and then it kind of stops and it goes all woolly. I like to put it at the end of the pink skin. That way they have kind of what I call a bunny tail. And it will cover their private parts still, when the bottom will eventually just drop off, and they'll have a little bunny tail that will cover their privates and stop them from getting sunburned. Because especially pink skinned sheep, if they're out grazing in the sunshine, they can get sunburned. So that protects them from that as well, and it just keeps them a lot cleaner, so that's why we do it. And last but not least, we put a number on her. These were the firstborn, so she gets a 1. Her sister has a 1, and her mom has a 1 as well. So in the pen, when they're walking in with those hundreds of lambs, if I see a 1, I can find her mom real quickly by looking for a 1 on the mother. So the triplets that I'll be doing tomorrow or the next day, they'll have 2s on their back. All of them will. So technically now this mom and these lambs are ready to go out into the big bonding pen, because we already trimmed and dewormed the mother, because that's the next thing we would do. Hi, Mommy. Shh, you can see how much brighter she looks now. And her lammies are so bright too. You are bright. But you see they got a 1 on their back, and so does Mom. She also has 2 red dots. So that lets me know that when I see her wandering in the pen, I'll see that she was first to have lambs, and I'll see that she had 2 ewe lambs. So now I can easily track her lambs in the pen and know what she did for us. If she had a boy lamb, she would have had one of those dots would have been a green dot. Or if she had 2 boys, she would have had 2 green dots. That's our marking system. So technically, like I said, these guys are ready to go now, and they'll be going into that pen over there. And that's where our first group of 10 ewes and their lambs will go before we bring them over to the coveralls. And it's right in these jugs, they're learning to bond as a family group. When they go into those pens over there, they're learning to keep that family group together in a group of many families. So it's a little process. And I see way back there, Arnie must have let all the lambs in the other barn out, and little buggers that they are, they've all come into this barn. The door must have been left open back there, so they're wandering around back there. So we'll get them out when we're done in here. Sometimes docking the tail leaves them a little bit sore, but these 2 are, you can see she's wagging her tail a little bit, but again, she's nursing. Those 2, it didn't seem to bother at all. A lot of times it doesn't bother them at all, but you get the odd one who will sit up and down. Oh, you can see that one's fidgeting with her leg. But that irritation goes away shortly, and by this afternoon you wouldn't even know that I did that. Are you checking out my container? These are all my supplies that I bring with me. What do you think about that? It's a bit interesting, isn't it, you girls? Hi, you're lovely. You really are. Interesting stuff. Even Mom's more interested today. You want to check it out too? And if I peek into the next pen where the triplets are, these 3 were all awake and running around when I came in the barn, but right now all 3 of them are laying together. fast asleep. Good, Mommy. These triplets always seem to sleep in a little huddle like that, which is nice. Sometimes the lambs will sleep all over the pen, spread out, but this crew always seems to be together. I'll go get a different angle. Well, now these guys, the fall lambs, have wandered into the bonding pen. They're just exploring the whole barn here. Some of them are going into the feed room back there. You guys. Funny things. Let's have a look at these triplets before we deal with them. Hi, Mommy. Can I come in and see your triplets? Because they look really nice. Oh, and already that little... She had passed her placentas, but there was just a little string left, and I see it's gone now. Hi, Mommy. We're going to see your lammies because they're very nice. And see, we were talking about constipation. You can see she has had a bowel movement in the pen. So we don't have to worry about her, but it is clumped up. There's a nice little family. This ewe is always a quiet girl too. They're beautiful, honey. They're just beautiful. Now we're going to work on getting these holy terrors out of here. Come on, you guys. You've got your own barn to play in and the whole outdoors. You don't need to be in here. Look at you all. Stinky. Cupcake, you're always in the thick of things. They're all out. They know. You guys know you're not supposed to be in that barn. Today's the day I'm not going to bring any bottles over. I do have to put my foot down. They're old enough now. Come on, join the group, you guys. We're going to go back to the coveralls. We got a perfect little path down here alongside the barns. Come on, go with the others. Down the path. Katie, this way. Katie, we want them to go that way. Come on. Come on, you guys. Down the pathway. Come on, you know the routine. The rest of you too. Come on. Back to the coveralls, you guys. There you go. Back to the coveralls. If I was a lamb, I'd come this way too. This is like a really cool little pathway down here. Hi, you're all up to no good, aren't you? Hi, you two. Hi. No, Seymour, I can see you, and I'm really, you ran all the way over here, but I'm not going to give you a bottle today, sweetheart. Guilty with these bottle babies. Seymour, you're the biggest one in here. You don't need a bottle. No, and Calamity, you're fine on your own now, too. So in this barn, all we have to do right now, everybody's fed. I just have to tap down these salt mineral holders so that they can access it easily. And clean the drinkers, and we're off to the next barn. It's getting dark really early these days. I'm here to do the afternoon check. The lambs are out in the yard, and Arnie's removing manure from the Dorset coverall in preparation for the new lambs that are going to be going into there shortly. And I'm just going to do a barn check to make sure no one's lambing. Our manure pile is growing quite big again. But we always, when we put a new batch of sheep in a barn, we always like to clean it out if we can. And
shitty job.
It's a crappy job, but someone has to do it, right? So we're gonna see if anybody's lambing, and I think we're gonna let those two that I tagged this morning out. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now. That's how dark it gets these days. So in this group, everyone's spread out. What we listen for is that sound of a baby lamb crying. And we try to walk really quietly because, like I said, you don't want those ewes startled and running over a lamb, especially a newborn. All quiet. Ferdinand is in love with the ewes. His head is always through the doorway.
All quiet northern front. Northern Canada, you know, northern front.
I'm so glad you told us that. That's funny.
Calm before the storm.
So Arnie, we have a whole bunch of old straw up in the loft here that the mice have really chewed all the strings off. So in this pen, which is the family group pen, where we put the lambs and moms to bond with the other families, we use the straw from up there in here because we can just shovel it out the loft. And we have to scrub out this drinker because it hasn't been used for a while. And then we have these little boxes that are built into the wall, if you recall, for those who have been watching for a while. And the lambs tend to lay up there, and they lay under the feeders so that they don't get trampled on. And we have a jumping box all ready for them too. And there's straw on top of that because inevitably someone wants to lie in here. And then up front we have a really tiny little creep area for if lambs stay in here longer, but in the wintertime they're moving pretty quickly over to the coverall, so we don't use that too often unless we have a bottle baby group. And if I peek over here right now, that mom is nursing her lamb. And she's the one we're going to let out. This is her 3rd day in the jug. Usually with twins, we leave them 2 days in a jug. But she had a tough start the first day, so we left her in a day longer. Today, everybody looks really good. So right now, since there's nobody in this pen, we're going to let her out here and have the whole pen to herself to run around with the lambs. And then those triplets will join her shortly. Here's the 2 of the 3. The 2 little girls are together. And in the back, the little ram lamb, he's under the feeder in his little cave. One got up. Still learning how to use their limbs. See how they both got up with nice little stretches? It's a good sign. They must have heard me and got disturbed. I wasn't trying to disturb them. Hi, you guys look so nice. And Mommy, you're gonna go out now. Yeah, all on your own in a big pen. So we're gonna undo her cage. And the alleyway set up so that she'll walk down here and has no choice but to turn when she reaches the end and go into the family group pen. And the point of this is to see how well they do as a family in a big area. This time she's going to be alone, but we got to make sure that she calls her lambs to her. Go on, you guys. See, she just walked off. Come on. Come on. There you go. But she should come back and look for them. Come on. See, they're calling. Don't know where Mom went. Okay, now Mom's beginning to notice that she doesn't have her lambs with her. There. Now they're crying for each other. That's what you want. You want communication. Communication is key to every relationship. There you go. See how they're following her out now? Now she's the first one out here. She's lucky. Because sometimes we'll be putting them out here and there's 10 ewes and 30 lambs out here. So it's good that she's a first timer and has the whole pen to herself. So what she's going to practice doing is wandering around and keeping track of where these lambs go in this big pen. And in general, the little lambs try to stick really close to Mom until they get more comfortable. And then they're running all over the pen having a great old time. And then we'll introduce more mums and lambs, and again, it's a learning process. They have to recognize their own lambs over others. The lambs have to recognize their mom. See, that one's walked off with Mommy. This one's busy sniffing around the new pen and didn't notice Mom run off. But you see how they're calling to each other? So she's kept them with her. It's a really good sign. She'll be fine now. She was just really nervous at first, and she's probably going to hang around down that end because that's where all her buddies are across the pen there, about to have lambs. She can show off her lambs to them. But that's how we do it with the lambs and the mums. Not tomorrow, but maybe the day after we'll let the triplets join them. So she's got a big window here to get used to being in this pen with those two lambs. This mom actually might be a little lonely now that that mom's gone away, but she's got 3 lambs to occupy her time, and she needs the quiet rest. But the hay is in the trough in front of this ewe in the jug. So the ewe that we just let out with the lambs, she'll be eating on the other side of the feeder. So they will see each other. We got 2 nursing, the 2 girls. The big lad's, oh, he looks like he's gonna get up. Oh, he's having a little stretch under there too. Oh, there we go. Big stretches. I didn't try them on a bottle today because right now she's able to feed all of them. But probably tomorrow I will try to see if anyone will take a bottle. I would like one of them to be a bottle baby because it's all fine and good when they're this age. Mom can probably easily produce enough milk for this many lambs. But when these lambs hit the 40, 50 pound mark, they're actually going to grab hold of a nipple, one on each side, and the third one will try to get on, and because the others are on, they'll actually clamp, and they can bite and actually destroy the nipples and the udder by doing that, because they don't want to give up the nipple for the new one. So it is possible a mom can feed 3, but it is not really a good way to do things, because all the lambs are going to suffer a little bit, and mom is probably going to suffer too. They are made for twin lambs, so if you can get one off on a bottle, that's fine. You don't have to remove them from mom. You just have to top it up with a bottle, and they do much better. Here comes the other mom now up to the front of the pen where this one is, and this is where the food is, but she's exploring right now, and her lambs are staying right with her. And as we watch these guys, we're going to call that a day. Arnie made a little video earlier today, so that's going to be part of the next video. I don't know what he did. I just know he did something. But for now, everything looks good in this barn, and I'm going to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll join us again for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. Bye for now.